Hello, fellow coin entrepreneurs. This is Giovanni. Gonna keep this short and sweet. Gonna be talking about how to detect trends on when looking at charts today. I kind of started back in the day with how I got to this. Noticing these kinds of things is I used to trade Forex back in the day. I used to be a day trader. I was pretty lucrative at that back in the day, and so now I'm just gonna try to pass the knowledge on to you. There's many different ways I can go about this. I can show you different charts, different graphs and PDFs and presentations and all that. We can probably do that later, but I'm just going to try to keep it. I've managed to figure out a way to break it down to tell you how to very simply detect these trends when you're looking at charts. Okay. This will probably be one of many. I don't expect to answer all your questions in one video. So after this video, if you have any more questions, please ask me and I'll be more than happy to do another one answering all your questions. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. For the basics, what you're looking at right now is the current Bitcoin chart on the daily chart. What you're looking at is each one of these rectangles are called candles. And what these represent is the market when it opened and closed for that day. Each one of these squares is, rectangles, colors, boxes, whatever you want to call it, is one market day. So for example, for this day here, we see that Bitcoin, the highest, the top of the box is what the price was at when the market opened. The bottom of the box is what the price that it was at when the market closed. These little lines in the middle, they're called wicks. That's how high the price went during the market day. Meaning, so this one, it looks like when the market opened, it opened at 32,139, but it looks like it got to as high throughout the day of about 32,819, right? So that's how you can see, that's what these little boxes represent. And the wicks mean that's how far the price went that day, right? So I don't know if anyone can see it so far, but the for sure way to detect a changing trend, this is 100% of the time when things are going to go from buying to selling, or if things are going to go from selling to buying. One thing that you can always look for is when these two boxes, red and green, close on the same line. That means, again, I'll say that again, when you see two boxes that close on the same line at the same time, like this, that means the trend is reversing. So for example, this day they closed at the same time. So that means it started going down. So the next day, Bitcoin went down, but something happened. And the very next day, you can see it went back up again. It went back up again. Every time they close on the same line, the trend changes. Here it is here. Here it is here. Here it is here. Things start going down. Here, it went up a little bit. Here, it went down. So again, these are the daily numbers. When you look at it like this is one time frame where you can look at it. If you're looking at it for more long term, like maybe over weeks or so, you kind of want to, or during the week, that's when you want to do it like this. If you're a day trader and you woke up in the morning, you're trying to make some cash before the day ends, you probably want to look at something. Obviously, you don't want to look at what's happening throughout the whole day. You probably want to look at the hour, so you can see with actually in real time what's going on. Sometimes you can even get down to 15 minutes, right? So if you're a day trader, you can get caught up in, this is when you make your money, when you're in between these two moments. If you can catch this, you say, oh, it's going up. And then when would you get out? Right here, because you see it marked closed here. So and each one of these is 15 minutes. So 15, 30, each 4 is an hour. So you would have had this is all within a couple of hours. You could have made a little bit of money right here, right? If I'm looking at the charts, I'm looking at every 15 minutes. Oh, these two closed at the same time. So I'd probably put in I'd probably buy low, sell high, always buy low, sell high. This is low, buy low, sell high. So it's on the bottom. So I would have probably bought here and waited, 15, 30, about an hour, so 45 minutes. And then when I saw this, I would have sold. And I would have made, I don't know, what's the difference? Whatever, 39.6 and 39.9, right? So that would have made a big difference for that. So that's how day traders make money. If you like within the hour, like I can sit here and probably within these 2 hours, I could have put, you only put in what you put out. So if I would have put in enough to get enough out, then that little bit might have been a few $1,000s, right? But I would have made that in a few bucks. If you're Forex trading, that's the kind of stuff you're looking for. That's the kind of stuff you're looking for. So let's go back to, let's zoom out a little bit, do maybe every 4 hours, right? So this is obviously the numbers look different because the value in each one of the boxes, in each one of the candles, if you will, is different. Each candle now is worth 4 hours. So this happened in 4 hours. So see how it changed here? It matched here, and then the price went up, and then it matched here, and it looks like it went down again a little bit here, but at the same time, it also went up. So you can see that this is a very 100% chance of seeing when trends change, is if they open and close at the same price. Let me see, what else can I think of here? So here I switched over to Cardano. Cardano versus the US dollar. Another way that you can detect trends is by looking at the averages, the moving averages. So for here, for the yellow line is the 5-day moving average. The red line is the 13-day moving average. The blue line is the 50-day moving average. And the white line is the 200-day moving average. So what this shows you is the price, the average price over the past 200 days, 50 days, 13 days, and 5 days, okay? One thing I wanted to show you was right here. If we look at right here, let's call the red line the ketchup. Let's call the yellow line the mustard. And let's call the blue line the water, right? Very simple. The red line is ketchup. The yellow line is mustard, and the blue line is water. So what we're looking at here, when you detect trends via moving averages, you can see here where the mustard came out from under the ketchup. See where the mustard and the ketchup right here crossed? That's when the for lack of a better way to say it, when the mustard goes above the ketchup, that's when it's a bullish trend. Bullish means the trend is going upwards. They call it bullish because a bull strikes upwards. He starts with his head down low, and when he strikes someone, he pushes his horns upwards. So that's a bullish trend. A bearish trend is similar to a bullish, not similar, but in description to a bullish trend, in the sense that when a bear strikes you, he puts his hand up high and strikes down. So if you hear bearish, that means things are going to go down. If you hear bullish, that means things are going to go up. So as you can see right here, when this cross happened, that created a bullish trend. And as you can see, what happened is that's exactly what happened. The price started going up and up and up and up and up. They came close here, didn't quite touch. They came close here, didn't quite touch. They came close here, almost touched. Here they crossed, and as you can see, it went down a little bit. So now the mustard is back below the ketchup. And so this would show a changing trend right here. So in order to see how this plays out, right now we're on the 4-hour chart. So in order to see how this plays out, we just have to see how the market goes. But if you go to the 1 hour, you might be able to see what happens. Looks like it's still going down. See? So it's in a small bearish trend. For how long? Maybe a few hours. Again, you're looking at the hour chart. So all these wicks are in an hour. So in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, we've only done this much. So that's how you can kind of tell what's going on. And also when you're looking at these charts, you also want to see what happened in the news that day, because a lot of times, depending on what happens in the news that day, you'll see things won't happen the way you would expect it to. Like if you go to Bitcoin and I go to the week and I scroll over a little bit, you can see that, when was it that Elon Musk made that big announcement? It was like March 16th or something. Yeah. So this is where I think it was around here somewhere, March, when Elon said, okay, Tesla's going to start taking Bitcoin. The price shot up, as we're all familiar with. Then a couple of days later, or not too long after, he said, oh, we're not doing it anymore, and the price went back down. So this is the kind of stuff you have to watch for. Because that's why they say the crypto markets are so volatile, because someone could do anything and next thing you know, you could lose, a good percentage of your stuff. So that's why you kind of have to watch these a little bit more to know when to do what. So I just added another layer to my charts here to simply show you when that happens. I kind of programmed this into my trading view so that I don't have to watch the little wicks. I can just kind of look and it will tell me just by looking when to buy and when to sell. Like it's called a super trend. And I can see that just by looking at it. So I'll go from the week. If I'm investing in Bitcoin more long-term, as far as this is the weekly chart, as far as every week, right now in the weekly trend for Bitcoin is a selling. Right now, it looks like Bitcoin is still on its bearish trend because it's going down. But you don't see this chart and think, oh, I'm looking at the week Bitcoin, it's time to sell. Let me go to my thing and sell. Well, you might not want to do that yet, because even though it's in a downward trend, if you see here, the trend might be reversing or has reversed. Why does it still say sell? Because over the week, it's still on a selling thing. But let's say if I take this week and turn it into a day. Looks like I should be buying now, right? So that's how you can tell. I mean, that's just a couple ways to look and see when you should get in, when you should get out. I'm not going to do any predictions on this video saying we're looking at these trends. Can I predict where the price will go? That's probably out of the scope for this first video. Maybe in the second video, I can probably show you how to detect where the price would go. That would be actually determining the trend, things like that. But for now, I just wanted to specifically show you, if you're looking at the charts, the easiest way to detect if a trend is coming or going is to look and see when the wicks close or open at the same point, at the same price. That is an automatic trend reversal. Every stock, every crypto, every time, every chart, that is definitely a way to do it. There's other ways to tell. There's patterns and things like that. If you can recognize patterns and shapes, you can kind of zoom out and look at this and look at that, and you can tell. But that's, again, a little bit more advanced. And I'm just trying to keep this one simple. I just want to, easy way for you to look at a chart and be like, boom, it's going up. Boom, it's going down. So stuff like that. So I hope this helps everyone learn when to detect a trend. And for shits and giggles, let's look at another one. Let's look at Ethereum. This is the daily chart. I'll zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, every time they close, it changed. See this average change. If they open and close at the same time and they're both green, that means you definitely should have been in down here so you can catch all the profits. Meaning, if you can see here, it looks like it almost doubled. So if you catch in at the last minute, get in, but you need to watch the chart and make sure you get out at the right time. So when I got to here, I would have been out. That's what, 2 days? So yeah, that's a good way to catch and make sure. If you guys have any other questions, I'm going to leave it here for now for the sake of time. If you have any other questions, ping me in the group chat. And if necessary, I'll make another video to answer those questions. So that's about it. Quick and easy way to detect trends. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.